Good morning, friends. Welcome to my book talk. I'm Sister Janelle, and I'm going to talk to you about a great book today. I have some props for us today. First of all, I have this pillow. It's got quilting. You may think because I have this pillow, I'm going to be talking to you about quilting, but I'm not. Or maybe this pillow, that I might be talking to you about geese, but I'm not. Or apples. Nope, not talking about that either. Or school days. Nope, these are just really old pillows and they're in our house. And I thought you might want to sit on them. So I'm going to give those to you. Here you go. Okay, I'm back. You might think because I'm a nun, I'm going to talk to you about Jesus, Mary, and Joseph. That'd be nice, but I'm not. Or perhaps we might talk about candles. This candle smells pretty good. And I'd light it, but I'm in a convent. We don't light candles here. So I'm going to leave that there. But what I am going to talk to you about is a tree. I'm going to talk to you about a giving tree. Yep, that's right. The Giving Tree by Shel Silverstein. I'm going to talk about this book today. This is a great book because we can all relate to it, but we have to understand how we relate to it, because think about those times in your life where you feel like you can't give anything. You have nothing to offer anybody. You're pretty much just a nobody. I mean, we've all got those feelings at some point in our life. And this tree kind of gives you a little something with it. There's a really good hook with this. I mean, you all know, especially those of you in my class, know that I'm really not a reader. And this book is really appealing because if you look at it, I mean, I won't read it because you wouldn't do that in a book talk. But there's only like 3 words to a page. And it stays that way for a really long time. It doesn't get longer until it hooks you in, okay? So you read this book, and by the time you get to the point where, you know, it has too many words on a page and you might want to put it away, it's a good book. So you got it covered. But I need you to imagine yourself right now as a tree. Now, I know that's hard. It's an inanimate object. And most people that would be listening to me talking about this book might think inanimate is a big word. But it's really not. It just means an object that, you know, doesn't have life to it, you know. But we've got the Giving Tree, so we want you to be a tree. So think of yourself as a tree. What, as a tree, do you have to offer the world? I mean, you've got shade. You can offer shade. You can offer some, you know, climbing potential. You could potentially help people climb you. You might provide a place for a tree house or something like that. Or this particular tree is an apple tree, so you might provide apples. And well, that's what this tree did. This tree lives in a place maybe by a farmhouse, and this little boy lives there. He goes there and he visits the tree often, and he gives the tree everything he needs, and the tree feels so useful and so loving, and he can give every single day. And he climbs the tree, and he hides in his leaves, and he eats the apples. He climbs the tree and he eats the apples from the tree branches and everything. It's just so beautiful. And, you know, all his childhood, he enjoys this tree, and the tree enjoys this little boy. But he gets older, and he goes off to college, or he leaves, and unfortunately, the tree feels lonely. And who wouldn't? I mean, he's in this middle of nowhere, you know, probably like the trees out here. We've got lots of trees out here. You want to ski in those trees, sister? Ski in the trees. Lots of trees out here. Sometimes they feel lonely, I think. Yeah. But, you know, we try to climb our trees, but we got skirts on, so we don't like to do that. So, but, like I was saying, I'm hooked. Are you hooked into this book? I bet you're all hooked in this book. I imagine you are. And all of a sudden, you know, again, we're looking at like 3-4 words per page. BAM! Lots of words. But it's good because you're hooked and you want to know what is going to happen with this tree. He feels lonely. This boy comes back from college and he's like, hey, how you doing, tree? And the tree's like, oh, I'm kind of bored. And he's like, yeah, I'm too busy to climb you right now. I got a lot going on. So, yeah, that's all I can do. But actually, the tree is like, I have apples on me. Take them down and sell them, and you have money, and that's what's gonna make you happy. And he's like, yeah, all right. So he climbs up the tree, takes the apples, and I mean, the tree's happy again, and the boy is happy because the boy's gonna get money, and he goes and sells the apples, and he gets the money, and he goes away, and he leaves the tree alone again, and the tree's lonely, and it's very sad. But the man comes back again, and this time the tree's like, "Hey, it's so good to see ya!" And the tree's like, "Yeah, it's good to see you too." And, well, the man says he really doesn't have any use for the tree, but he doesn't really have time to climb him or do anything fun with him because he's got to find himself a wife and he's got to find himself a house. The tree's like, "Hey, I'm a tree. I'm wood. Cut my branches, make a house out of me." And he's like, "Oh, great idea." They both feel useful. They both get what they want. He builds a house. He lives there. He has children. He raises them. Gets older, and he's like, goes back and visits this tree, and the tree's like, "Oh, I've been missing you." And he's like, "Yeah, I need to go somewhere." He's like, "I could provide for that too. I'll become a boat. Just cut down the rest of my stump and you'll be good." And so he does so, and both of them feel happy. And at the end, this guy comes and he feels like he's useless, and the tree feels like he's useless because there's nothing left of him, a little stump. So they're talking, and the old man's like, "All I need is just now. I just need to rest." And the tree's like, "Perfect. I'm a stump. I'm like a seat. I'll feel useful because I'm your seat. You'll feel useful because you're sitting upon me. You'll make me feel happy." And everybody's happy. And that, my friends, is The Giving Tree by Shel Silverstein. Have a nice day.